go. You didn't say the magic word. Please. Hold on to your butt.
Hold on to your butt.
Welcome everyone back to My Mama Done Told Me. We're going to take a few deep breaths before we get started with this episode. So just breathe along with me. Breathe in. Hold it. And breathe out. Now let's dive into another episode of My Mama Done Told Me. My mama done told me to catch me a wabbit. This is another episode of My Mama Done Told Me. My name is Jeff. I'm here with my sister Lauren.
That's me.
And my mother. Her name is Mom, and she's over there on the other side. And here she goes. Mom, say hello now.
Hello now.
Hello now.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho.
Ho, 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 ho. Here I am.
This is episode number 14. Wisses.
Yes, it
Wiss
is.
This
right
is
now?
episode number 14.
This is episode 14 of My Mama Done Told Me. And let's talk about places that we like to visit. But
yeah.
Here's an interesting thing about this question. So the question this week is, what is one place, or we could say more than one, whatever we want to do, but what is one place you think everyone should visit at least once in their life? So a couple things that come into my head when this question is asked is there's a couple different ways you can look at this. Is it a place that I've been or a place that I haven't been?
Ooh.
And why do I do the things I do?
Know, but why do I play along?
I don't know.
Because that's what we do. I've been doing that forever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mom, I'd like to start with you. What's a place that you think everyone should visit at least once?
Well, I kind of went through the same thing you did, where I think, is it supposed to be a place I've been or a place I want to go or think I should go or what? So I kind of have two.
Okay.
Yep.
One is the southern part of France. I think everybody should go there because it's beautiful. Not only is it beautiful, but it's full of history.
Specifically, do you know like where
Yeah.
you're talking?
I don't remember the name of it. My friend
Marseille.
Ellen would know though. And well, Marseille, we were in Marseille, but also there's what I'm actually thinking of is the aqueduct that's still there. I think I can't remember where it is, but there's an aqueduct there that is so
Aqueduct?
cool.
Aqueduct.
Aqueduct, whatever.
Aqueduct.
Whatever it is, it's beautiful.
I don't know.
And I have a picture of that. And we went there, and
Can you
just
send it
think
to me?
about, yes, I can. And when we were there, and you just think about who built it? Were these slave Roman people? That was all the Roman Empire back then, and Roman slaves made that brick by brick or big block by block, and it's still standing today. It's amazing to me.
Crazy.
So those kind of things in Europe that's really cool to go to Europe and see that kind of stuff. And I've been there and love it. And then
European,
Yep.
we have a lot of really cool things in the United States, but the United States is such a baby when it comes to,
right.
that sort of like architecture and whatnot. Like, obviously it's a long history with Native Americans and everything, but as far as like the large scale architecture, we just don't have the same history as Europe and Asia.
Right.
So yeah, that's interesting. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, everywhere you look in France, there's castle ruins and beautiful lavender fields. And, I mean, you're just driving in the countryside and you look over and there's a castle ruin and they're just everywhere. So it's just gorgeous. And I loved it. There was a lady, when we visited our friends there, Ellen and Ross Heineman, years back, we visited there as a missionary group from our church. You guys remember that when we went there? You didn't go, but Larry and I went.
No, we remember not going. Yep.
Yeah, there was
we weren't invited.
You left us at home with Ben.
You stayed home with Ben and Jeff stayed. Didn't you stay with Grandma and Grandpa, Jeff?
I don't know.
I think he went to Minnesota.
Oh, you did.
Who'd you stay with then? Anyway, there was right behind their house was a river, and a little lady lived out on a little island on the river. That she was all by herself out there, but she had a little kind of a garden and a little grassy pasturey area, and she lived out there by herself, and she had to use a boat. Okay, so anyway, she lived on a little island, and I always thought, man, I would love that, to live in the South Indian, they call it Provence, the area of Provence. And
the Provence.
it was just so, Provence. It was very cool. Anyway, that's where I think everybody should try to get to Europe and see some of the really neat things there.
I'd love to go to Europe.
Me too.
I've never been there. I've been in a lot of places in the world, but I've never been to Europe.
I haven't either.
Yeah. Should get to visit Europe, I think. There's so many places there that I'm sure are just as beautiful as France, but
yeah. Before you do your second one, let's go around and we'll let you we'll take turns here. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right. Lauren, what about you? What do you think is a place that everyone should try to visit?
Well, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking more along the lines of places that I've been. So I had a couple places that I've been that I'll mention real quick.
Just one.
I don't know how to choose.
We'll come back to the more than ones.
Okay. So I guess my first one's going to be Rhode Island, the East Coast.
I love Rhode Island.
It's so cool. It's like,
it is.
I've only been there once. I was only there for about 4 days, maybe. It was like over a weekend for a wedding. But my God, that place is just absolutely beautiful. Every part of it.
Yeah.
Like there's not really a part where you go, meh. It's all beautiful. Everywhere we went was just gorgeous. And the air is different there. It's like you feel reinvigorated every time you go outside because of that salt air. And it's cooler than like in Florida.
Right.
Or, and it's different, I feel like, even than like the Pacific Northwest, which is what another one that I had crossed my mind because I loved it there, but I hadn't been to the East Coast yet. And the East Coast, I think, might win for me.
Me too. Me too. I remember when I went to Rhode Island, I went up there to visit Andrew Milko and ride my bike through that part of the country.
I bet that was gorgeous.
It was. And driving through some of those twisty, like coastal roads where it's all trees and then you'll get a break in the trees and it's just this picturesque town, little fishing town with, these really cool looking houses, a lot of history. And then you're right back into the trees again, and it's just the coolest lighthouses and the best looking coastlines.
Yeah, and like docks full of cool looking boats.
Yeah, all these fishing villages and whatnot. It's
so cool.
It really is. I loved
the food.
That part of the country. Oh yeah, my first time ever having clam chowder was in New England. Was in a place in Maine, right on the coast. And I loved it. I've had clam chowder before. I shouldn't say that was my first time ever having clam chowder. It was the best time I've had clam because I'm not a big fan of it usually, but that was incredible because it came straight out of the ocean.
So Zach and I are planning actually right now our honeymoon. And our first stop, we're going to fly into Boston, and that's the first thing we're doing when we get there is getting clam chowder.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So for me, my first, I think I'll give 2 as well. We'll do 2 rounds here.
Okay.
For me, I think the first one would be, so my wife and I got married in a town called St. Augustine, Florida. And it's considered, I think, the oldest city in the United States. And it's kind of one of those little hidden gems of Florida. When you think of Florida, you think of, Miami or the beach, Daytona Beach or whatever it may be, Clearwater and all that, which are all great in their own ways. But when the first time that we went to St. Augustine, it's just it's like a city out of time because everything is so historic. There's the cool fort and the Spanish kind of looking fort and the walls by the marina and the old ships, and it still have the marina with all the sailboats and everything, and there's so much history in all the buildings. And but yeah, there's just a lot of really, really cool stuff. It's it's touristy enough where there's plenty of things to do, plenty of places to eat, plenty of things to see. But it's not like packed to the gills like some of the towns. It feels a little bit more authentic, and so Bird and I just kind of have fallen in love with it. Obviously, we got married there, and it's just enough of a mixture of the things that I really like in like a vacation spot with like the history and some of the old architecture and the, I like mountains a lot, but there's no mountains there, but like I like more of the like rugged sort of historical stuff. And Nikki loves the beach. She loves, the water. So it's a nice mix of the things that we both like. And, so that I think is somewhere I think everyone should visit at least once. But I say that hesitantly because I don't want it to become, when our millions of fans hear this and they go through and they start making this, ruining our secret spots. I don't necessarily want that, but I do think it's worth a visit.
It was cool. We got to go because Jeff got married there, but yeah, it was neat.
I loved when I got to have breakfast with you and Caden and Zach in that little cafe right on the marina. That was
so cool.
It was just so nice out. And
remember that bird pooped on me too.
Yeah, you got a bird pooped on you
on the day of your wedding. That was cool.
So it's your fault that I'm having good luck in my marriage. So thank you.
Bummer.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oops.
Yeah. So that's it. St. Augustine, Florida.
Awesome.
Here's a picture of it, by the way.
Oh, I'll send you a picture of Rhode Island too. We got to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Do it.
Yep.
We already put it up earlier, though.
You're
afraid you're going to be sucked out. Okay, Mom, round number 2. Where's another place you think?
Okay, so well, the other thing I was just wanted to say that I agree with you about St. Augustine. It's very cool. For a beach town, it still feels small enough to where it's not super commercial. And that's what I loved about it, is that there's so much to do. There's shopping, there's great restaurants, there's places to stay and things to do, but it doesn't feel like a big tourist town that's overpacked and over commercialized. I love that. And
they have also a just to add another, they have a like a I don't remember what they call it, like the Night of Lights or something around Christmas time. They do a like little lighted village deal, and it's supposedly really, really cool. So
I bet that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe some Christmas you'll get to go there.
Christmas.
You never know. So anyway, my other place, there's a lot of places in the United States that I love. I love the Appalachian part of, North Carolina and all that, and the Appalachian Mountain. That's absolutely gorgeous. But Larry and I took a trip, and I think everybody should make a point in their life to go to Niagara Falls at some point. I never wanted to go there. I always thought it's so cliche, it's the place everybody goes on their honeymoon. And I really didn't have any kind of desire to ever go there. But one year when Larry was working close to that area, I flew there and we rented a car and took a trip up through northern New York where the Finger Lakes are and all that. And Jeff, when you were talking about the beautiful drive around and on the East Coast, this was kind of the same way. Everything was just beautiful everywhere you looked, and
The drive
gorgeous
through,
parks
not to interrupt you,
places.
but that drive through New York before you get into the big city part is
Yeah,
insanely pretty.
Really?
Like I would
beautiful.
have, you never
Absolutely
think about
beautiful.
that as a
I
person not
know.
from New York, but yeah,
Yeah.
like some of the best camping I've done was in
Oh,
New
yeah.
York before you get to the cities. Like
Upper
it's
New York.
awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I was so shocked at that. And it was so beautiful. And then we got to Niagara Falls, and I've never seen anything like it and probably never will. So, and I think everybody should go, but I'll tell you a little secret. If you go in the fall, there's no crowds. There's no lines. It's absolutely beautiful because the fall foliage is beautiful, golds and reds everywhere. And there's not hardly anyone there, and you can just enjoy it. So I was really glad we got a chance to go. And I think everybody should see Niagara Falls. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Did you ride in one of those boats and wear like the little poncho and
We did
stuff?
Queen
everything.
of the
Yeah, we
Mist.
did.
Yeah.
Queen of the Mist or whatever she's called.
Hey,
Yes, of course
it's
we
where
did.
Pam
We
and
did
Jim
it
got
all.
married.
Office reference.
Who?
Yeah.
Pam and Jim from The Office.
Oh, it is.
Mom, do you have
Do you know,
pictures
I've
of
never,
you in at
I
Niagara
think
Falls?
so. Yeah, we'll try to
There it
find one.
is.
Send it to.
Either that or it's just Mom.
It might be right there.
Yeah, there's me.
Maybe.
Imagine
There
me
she
in front of
is.
the falls. Here's the falls. Yeah,
Okay, good one.
I'll find
Yeah.
one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Lauren, round 2.
Round 2. All right. Well,
Thanks for that mouth noise. That was a big one. I'll cut that
I
out.
am so self-conscious of that now. Anyway.
Before you say anything.
Whatever. Okay. I toyed around with a few different things for my second one, but I think I'm going to go with somewhere I haven't been, but I recently watched a movie set there, and it just looks like somewhere that everybody should go at least once. And that is Venice.
Ooh,
Italy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nikki wants to go to Italy
I want to go there
bad.
real bad.
Maybe we should do a
I
family.
don't.
That would be Finn.
I don't want to go there
Why not, Ma?
because I think it's dirty. Maybe I'm wrong. So maybe some of our viewers that have been there can tell us. But I think the water's gotten really dirty and it's super commercialized, and lots of people go there, and you can't even walk, and it stinks. That's
Well,
what
you
I
don't
thought.
walk. You ride a gondola.
In a dirty
Gondola.
canal.
Yeah.
Whatever. I still want to go there.
I do
and I
too.
think it would be really cool. And
I'll go
there's
with you.
so much there that's like,
Yeah.
it's just,
Italy would be fun.
It would be cool, I think.
Yeah, I
Food and
agree.
the-
Italy would be fun. I would
baby.
love to go to Tuscany.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool too.
Yeah.
So Italy
Yeah.
in general, how about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I've heard the same thing about Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That it
And I haven't
stinks
been
and
there.
It's gross.
And it stinks and it's
Caden's
dirty.
been
And when we went there,
I've
I
heard it
didn't
smells
go.
like pee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody walks their animals. It's like streets in New York. They walk their animals on the street and just let them pee on the curb, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't clean it up.
Hi, this
Yeah.
baby.
Ick.
What about you, Jeff? What's your second place?
My second place is the country of Japan.
Mm.
Yeah, I spent some time there, about 4 years there when I was in the Navy,
Mhm.
and talk about a culture shock
Yeah.
for sure. It is different. It's from what we might be used to, but man, it's a cool experience.
Yeah.
It's, I think people should visit it, but my suggestion would be whatever you have to do to find yourself some sort of a guide or a friend or somebody who knows the area, because it can be a very, very challenging place to be if you have no guidance. So do your research, and
Yeah.
you know, if you've got friends or family that have been there or that live there that know how to navigate things, it will take a lot of the stress off. And don't plan to go there for just like a couple days. You know,
Yeah.
you need some time to get used to the difference in culture and the difference and see the different things. But man, like some of the landscapes, some of the temples, some of the
I bet those are so
yeah,
cool.
and just the people. People are so different. Their society is just run so differently than ours, and it's. I think that was yours.
Me?
Yeah,
Huh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's very possible. I just wolfed down
Wolf
like
down
4
two slices
pieces of pizza.
greasy pizza.
2.
Two. That's what I said. You said
I said
4.
4.
Yeah. Anyway, so Japan, you know, the people are so different. They're very friendly most of the time, but it's weird because they're also very to themselves. You know, you can walk through the train station and people will literally just bump right into you without looking. Like they'll just hit you right in the chest because they're walking and they don't look up, they don't change their course, nothing. But at the same time, if you go into a store, you will literally not find like better customer service. Like,
Yeah.
it's insane. There's a lot of things when you walk down the street that it's like being in a cartoon world. You know, things are so animated. Things are so like there's little music everywhere. There's
That's
and
so crazy.
the
I don't even know
food
how
is-
that would be.
the food is absolutely delicious, especially if you like Asian food. And but even if you're not like, necessarily a big fan, they have a lot of things that I think appeal to everybody. But anyway, it was a really good experience for me. And if you can do it right, I think that's the key. If you can do it smartly, then I think it's worth it all day. Well, it's worth it regardless. But excuse me. But like, I think you would have a lot more fun and enjoy it a lot more if you go with a guide. Because when we were there, when we first got there, it was good because we were with some other sailors that had been there. So
we're used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had an idea, but it was still pretty overwhelming and pretty crazy. But when we started really, really having fun there was when we became friends with some of the local people who also could speak English, which is obviously a
Perk.
a perk because we couldn't speak Japanese. So being able to tell us where some of the cool spots are and just being able to translate for us and sort of I think you get a little bit as, we were walking around, we were, all at least 6 feet tall, except for maybe Dom and, short-haired American people, and when you have a couple of Japanese speaking people with you, all of a sudden you're not looked at quite as strange. Not that they treated us bad or anything like that.
You just stick out.
Yeah. And so anyway, that was a good experience for me.
That's cool. I'd like to go there someday.
Yeah. Yep. We've actually talked about, so Dom and Nick and I have actually talked about wanting to go back there some point.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun. But again, I would only go if we could meet up with some of the people we knew there.
Yeah.
Because it's still, I'll bet you we go back there. I go right back into culture shock because
probably
it would be different. It's been 12 years since I was there.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other places that almost made the list?
No.
Okay. What were you going to say?
I was going to ask Lauren, how far is like Rhode Island from Boston?
Good question.
Not far.
I don't think anything's very far from
In
anything
New
up
England,
there.
yeah.
Honestly, it's all pretty small, but I don't know for sure. But
You kind of piqued my interest in that part of the country. I thought, Larry would love to. He loved it when he went to Boston.
Larry
he
would love it.
He absolutely
Larry would
well, he already
absolutely
loves
love it.
Yeah, so that might be a fun trip for us. Okay, so this year I think we are planning on going to the Grand Tetons. And so maybe the next summer we'll plan an East Coast trip.
Yeah.
So,
I would recommend it.
been.
I'm excited because I'm going to Salem in October, as well as Portland, Maine. And I'm excited
Very
about
cool.
all of the things that we're going to do. We've got all kinds of things planned. So
Cool.
it's going to be fun.
We'll have to do a
Yeah.
post wedding trip episode to show some of your pictures and
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's going to be
Yeah,
it's
that'd
going
be
to be
cool.
real fun.
Yep. So our listeners are probably going, yeah, but you didn't mention this place.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, there's
Yeah, Omaha, Nebraska.
Everybody should
Lake,
come here at least
Minnesota.
once. I almost said that.
Yeah. But
I
you know what?
know.
Cass Lake's not that cool
unless
unless you
you-
grew up going there. I mean, it's cool.
But Lake Superior is
That's
pretty
right.
cool.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. The
Lake
Duluth is
Superior
neat.
is very cool. And
One-
the other place I'd kind of like to go sometime is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Oh, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
about
Been
to
up
mention
there.
Michigan, Mom.
Yeah, I want to go there too. And that's another place in the United States I haven't been.
I rode through the Upper Peninsula several years back and was blown away by how clear Lake Michigan's water is and like how incredibly like beautiful that area is. And if you go up
Yeah.
there, you got to get a pasty because they're
A
delicious.
pasty.
A pasty.
Is that like a?
It's just like it's
It's a pastry, right?
Is it?
yeah, it's
is
like
it a
a bread
run?
pocket with like
But is
Yeah.
that like a British thing? I feel like British people say something about pasties.
no, I think it's a lumberjack thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
they could like make up a couple pasties and bread and take them to out into the trees with
It's
them
like
and
a.
have
Is it savory or sweet or both?
savory. But I
Okay.
think they can make dessert ones, but generally they're savory.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what kind of
I think
meat?
it's usually like, I think traditionally they've done like beef and whatnot. I think the ones I've had were beef, but they usually have like parsnips in them and whatnot. I'm not an Upper Peninsula, a Youper they call them, so don't quote me on any of that. But they were delicious when I had them. You can find them pretty much at any
Good.
stop in the Upper Peninsula. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that's another place that'd be cool. All right, well, listeners, tell us what is one place you think everyone should visit in their life at least once. We'd like to hear it, and we will. If you reach out and you let us know what that might be, we'll share your answers on the air.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're interested in sending us those stories or your stories, you can contact us at our email, which is
My mama done told me podcast at gmail.com.
that is correct. And or if you want to look at our social medias, you can find all of those in the Mom.
Shoy noits.
Yes.
In our shoy
in the
noits.
shoy noits.
And yeah, so I hope that you all keep your minds open and be kind to each other. Keep your headphones plugged in and
Make all the mouth
make as many
noises.
mouth noises as you can. Yeah. Until next time, I've been Jeff. That over there was been Mom.
Oh,
And that's been my sister,
what's
Lauren.
up? I mean, bye.
Bye. What's up? Hey, everyone.
Bye.
Mom, high five.
High five.
I don't know where. There. Is that it? Did we do it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we did it.
We did it. Patty
Close enough.
cake.
I don't know.
Bye,
Bye.
world.
Goodbye.
I love you. Thanks for
Oh,
watching.
I love you
everybody.
too.
Oh, love you.
I love you. Now you can do it. Now you can. Hey.
I'm having a rough day.
We're hiding
Oh, I'm
behind our
sorry.
microphones. Everyone
I'm so,
have
We
a
all
look
hiding
behind your microphones. You
Everybody
might find.
bash your head into your microphone.
That's the
Well,
sound of
probably
us
won't.
bashing our head against our microphone.
oh, I'll knock something over and it won't work anymore. And then
Yeah, don't do it.
I didn't even think about that. Don't do that, Mom.
Don't do it, Mother.
don't do that. Don't touch anything.
Don't do it.